Okay, be honest with me, guys. Put yourself in these shoes. One of your favorite color combos is like blue and purple, like light blue and light purple. Okay, which one's better? This one, right? Okay, cute, right? Cute, whatever. Or this one, okay? Look, technically speaking, I know that this is blue and purple. But for some reason, that one row of the cream color in the middle, I feel like it breaks up the monotony and it makes the blue and purple pop a little bit more. I mean, am I wrong? Which one do you like better? I feel like they're both cute, but I don't know why. I just really am liking this one. Anyway, if you could just weigh in the comments. Not that it matters. It's very much giving, I can't hear your guesses because this is a letter. So I'm going to make some of these while we sit down and have a cute little crochet and chit-chat moment together today. How's that sound? Hey, babes! Welcome back to Moonbae Crochet. It is Brandy, and today I'm here to just have a chill little crochet and chit-chat moment with you. I really should have made some coffee for just such occasion. What is wrong with me? Whatever. I'm just gonna sit here, make a couple of granny squares. I'm gonna be working on some Christmas gifts and just chit-chatting with you. I just realized too, usually before a crochet and chit-chat type video, I like to just write down a couple bullet points of like, okay, I definitely want to touch on this subject. I want to talk about this. I want to da-da-da-da-da, you know, and I did not do that. So we're just absolutely going into this, just a crochet hook and a dream. Hopefully it's not boring, but anyway, in case you're new here, my name is Brandy. I love to do crochet content on here, sharing patterns and projects that I love, having a cute little crochet and chit chat moment with you guys like today, sometimes reading stories, whether they be Reddit stories or whether they be stories that you guys submit to my inbox, just getting cute, cozy, and crafty with you guys. So if any of that kind of content sounds interesting to you, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, sticking around. We have lots of fun here. And without further ado, let's hop right into whatever this video may have in store for us. Even I don't know. Okay, first things first, I want to address, this is what I've been holding like my most used crochet hooks in forever. I swear, I need to get like a little makeup bag or something to keep them in. Oh, the hook that I need isn't even in here, so that's cool. I must have just dropped it into my crochet bag willy-nilly. Anyway, okay, so I believe I mentioned this in another video that I just recently posted, but I just decorated my Christmas, I just decorated my Christmas for apartment. I just decorated my apartment for Christmas, and I am very much feeling cozy wozy now. Oh, I put my cream over there. God, let me go get it. Okay, now we can begin. Yeah, so I'm feeling very like happy right now. I love Christmas time. It is my favorite time of year. There's no time of year greater than this time. And I know it can be a very capitalistic time, you know, but I mainly just love the feelings. I love to go out and, you know, since it gets darker earlier, to see people's, you know, light displays in their front yards, walking into my own little apartment and seeing my little 3-foot Christmas moose from Costco standing up in my kitchen or my dining room, I guess. You know, my little like skiing stuffed snow people up on my bar area. I just love the decorations, the baking. This time of year just represents so much fun stuff for me. And by the way, I don't want to hear any of you, you know what? Let's start here. I don't want to hear any of you Thanksgiving purists out there being like, why are you skipping Thanksgiving? Blah, blah, blah. Can we wait? Can we get through Thanksgiving before we decorate? Boop! I'm gonna stop you right there, buddy, because this is what I tell everybody, okay? Thanksgiving is a day. Christmas is a season. It's an experience, okay? So I don't want to hear, you know, can't we get through this? We haven't even eaten the turkey yet, blah, blah, blah. First of all, turkey, pretty whack. Let's be honest, okay? Let's be honest. Don't lie to yourself now. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say, like, turkey sucks as a whole, right? I eat turkey throughout most of the year. I mean, to be fair, mostly it's like that crap, lunch meat, whatever. Okay, it's not real turkey. But, oh, I forgot. I'm cutting this yarn off. See, that's the worst part about granny squares, where the colors alternate like every row. All the cutting and the weaving. But, okay, let's be honest. Like, turkey legs, cool. You know, dark meat, all right, it's cool, whatever. But I get sick of Thanksgiving turkey within 3-4 days max, okay? It's just boring. Like, it's fine. Like, and don't get me wrong, I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, well, if you don't like Thanksgiving turkey, then it's because you're not eating good Thanksgiving turkey. Maybe so. I don't know. Turkey is fine. I would probably rather have ham, honestly. Like, during Thanksgiving, you know, I'll have me some turkey, okay? Of course. Dark meat only. But what I really am looking forward to is the ham. I can never get enough of that stuff. That stuff is delectable. So ham is the best meat as far as Thanksgiving goes, but quite honestly, the meat is the least of my worries on Thanksgiving. The least of my concern, shall I say. Because what is really the showstopper of Thanksgiving, in my humble opinion, is the sides. The sides, the desserts. I feel like, you know, turkey is turkey. Ham is ham, although I do love ham. That honey glazed ham with like the pineapple slices. Oh, so good. But really, it isn't a Thanksgiving meal without the sides, okay? The rolls, the stuffing, the mashed potatoes, the mac and cheese. Oh, I'm probably going to be in charge of mac and cheese this year. I really want to try Chef Teeny's recipe this year. I think I've tried it in the past, but like I didn't like follow it to a T. And actually, I got the cavatappi pasta this year, which by the way, I felt like a very big brain because you know how like cavatappi pasta practically every year gets sold out because Teeny releases her, you know, video, and then people go feral and they go to the store and they like buy up all the cavatappi pasta, right? Like that corkscrew shaped pasta, and she says it's really good because the creamy sauce gets all up in those nooks and crannies or whatever. Well, I found out that cavatappi pasta can also go by a different name called Celentani pasta. I looked at it and I was like, hold on, is that not the same thing? It's corkscrew. So then I Googled it, and Google did inform me that cavatappi and Celentani pasta are the same thing. Like Celentani is just like a older, like more traditional, I guess, Italian way of saying cavatappi, but it's not, they're essentially the same thing. And I was like, hello? So I was at my Walmart, I grabbed me 2 boxes of the Celentani and they had plenty of it to go around. So, you know, just in case anybody out there, I know this is kind of like niche, but also like, I mean, Teeny has like a lot of followers. So if anybody out there wanted to try to make Teeny's mac and cheese recipe this year and you can't find cavatappi pasta anywhere, try looking for Celentani pasta. It's by Berea, like the big, you know, pasta brand. So might be worth giving it a try, looking for that one instead. Anyway, okay, point being, the sides are the most important part. That and dessert, okay? I could eat an entire pumpkin pie by myself. I'm not joking. My man doesn't like pumpkin pie like at all. Every freaking Thanksgiving, he'll have like a bite of my slice of pumpkin pie. The tip of it, by the way, my favorite part. Rude. He'll take that and he's like, cool. He eats it and he's like, I'm good on pumpkin for the year. Like, what? I'm like a pumpkin on everything type of girl this year, but like actual pumpkin. Like, it can't just be pumpkin spice, you know? You can't just throw that spice on everything and it'll taste good. Oh my god, wait, real quick. Sorry, I know I'm going off in like 800 billion directions right now, but you guys, do you know what I saw the other day? Oh, at the same time that I got my freaking Celentani pasta. I went to Walmart and I was just picking up a few groceries or whatever. And as soon as I walked in, I don't know if your Walmart is like this, but when I walked in, they have just like a line, like a display, a bunch of stuff on display as you're walking through, right? Usually it's like seasonal stuff, like, so right now it's kind of a lot of like Thanksgiving-y things. They had like boxes of stuffing and stuff like that, whatever, right? Okay, you guys, they had the Nissan or whatever, that brand, you know, the cup of noodle brand. Why did they have pumpkin spice cup of noodles? I'm not joking. I took a photo of it. I don't know if I deleted it though, but it's a thing. I'll show a picture here. And I was like, excuse the out of me. What do you mean pumpkin spice cup of noodles. I should have bought one just to see what it was like. But yeah, that sounded absolutely foul. But anyway, my man hates pumpkin. I love it. So I will definitely be making lots of pumpkin recipes this season. Every year I make these little pumpkin pie cookies. And it's like all the goodness of a pumpkin pie, but in a crisp little chewy cookie instead of like an actual piece of pumpkin pie, which I love pumpkin pie, okay? But if you're somebody like my man who doesn't like having that much of a pumpkin custard in front of you, it's like only this much filling and the rest of it is like a crisp little like brown sugar cookie. You guys, it's fantastic. I love making that recipe every year. It's like always a hit at Thanksgiving. But so yeah, I'm probably gonna make that. But anyway, okay, back to the subject at hand. I got all carried away thinking about food. I think it might be time for a little snack. It's actually definitely time for a cup of coffee. But look, and I can say this because I am a certified Thanksgiving baby, okay? My birthday falls on Thanksgiving like once every few years. I don't know, 7 years. However long it takes for the cycle to repeat itself, you know? Like next year, I think my birthday will be on Thanksgiving. Because this year, my birthday is the day before Thanksgiving on Wednesday. My birthday is November 26th. So I can say this with my full chest, okay? Thanksgiving is a day and Christmas is a season. I can very much still enjoy Thanksgiving and all the wonderful fall vibes and goodness that come with that holiday. You know, getting together with family, enjoying a meal together, being thankful for everything that we have in our lives, and, you know, the fact that we are even able to make a meal and stuff like that. Like being very grateful for what we have and also doing our best to help others and stuff like that. Okay? I can do all of that with my Christmas tree up, okay? With my little snow people hanging about in my apartment, with my Christmas lights up, with Michael Bublé Christmas album playing. I can do all of it at once. Multiple things can be true at once, babe. Yeah, anyway, Thanksgiving purists really are just, you know, and I'm sure I have a few. Okay, we got over 4,800 subscribers in here. Okay, so thank you for that. So I'm sure I have at least, you know, a little handful of those type of people who like to wait until after Thanksgiving is over before they pull out their Christmas decorations and, you know, do all that stuff, which to each their own. You are fully allowed to do that, but just don't come for me because like in my head, November 1st is Christmas, okay? And it goes until about the middle of January. I literally don't put away my stuff until like the middle of January. I like to enjoy it for as long as humanly possible. It just brings me so much joy. Although I will say, once like the middle of January comes around and I do finally clean it all up and put it all away, it does kind of relieve me a little bit to not see so much clutter in my apartment. But for the time that it's here, I like to enjoy it. It reminds me of being a kid, and my grandma would always go all out. In fact, quite a handful of my Christmas decorations were actually like hand-me-downs from my grandma. She is just a little bit like too old and like tired now to decorate her place, but she's like, you know, she didn't want to just like donate them to Goodwill, so she let me go through all of her Christmas stuff and pick out anything that I liked. And my two favorites are actually these little gingerbread people. It's like a little couple. Like there's the gingerbread boy with the Santa hat, and then there's a little gingerbread girl with her cute little dress and a little peppermint bow. So cute. Those are my favorite, and they're scented like gingerbread. I mean, they were, but they've been around since I was a child, so they've kind of lost their scent over the years, but still, that's like one of my favorites. But mainly, like the main, I think I would say, I don't really have a theme when it comes to decorating for Christmas, but a big like thing that you'll see around my apartment around this time of year is snow people. And I think my grandma also really loved snow people because I got most of my snow people from her. I just love the snow people. They're so cute. I love my little snowmen all about. But yeah, anyway, so I just wanted to, I guess I just wanted to start on the hottest note possible. You know, I can decorate for Christmas and still enjoy Thanksgiving. Two things can be true at once. By the way, I know I keep saying that this birthday that I'm going to have this year is my 30th birthday. If at all I came off in a way where I seem like I'm dreading it or like I'm complaining, like, oh my God, I'm so old, I'm turning 30, like, well, I really don't think that 30 is old, actually. And if I came off complaining, I absolutely didn't mean to. It's kind of like a joke. Like it's like a running joke. Like I'm going to be 30 this year. I'm going to be 30 this year. But I'm not dreading it at all, actually. I feel like it'll be fun to be in a new era of my life. Like, ooh, I'm in my 30s, 30, flirty, and thriving. Which, by the way, can I just say, speaking of 30, flirty, and thriving, I know that I have alluded to in probably, I don't know, a good chunk of my videos within the last year that I was trying to make myself a list of things that I wanted to accomplish before I turn 30. However, I think by the time this video goes up, my birthday is in like less than 2 weeks, and I crossed off one thing from that list. And you know what? I'm deciding I'm just giving it up. Forget it. I'm gonna be the same person I always was. No, it's honestly just a matter of like time and funding and whatever. The holidays are a busy time. I'm trying to kind of like save money right now. I'm trying to pay off debts, and I'm like, not everything on the list like had to do with like spending money, but for instance, there were a few things on the list that were going to require me to spend a pretty little chunk of change. I wanted to do a little hair transformation, which I already know was probably going to be somewhere in the ballpark of $200 to $250. My hair, like, and by the way, you guys are always complimenting my hair so much. Thank you. But I'm in desperate need of a haircut because I don't know if you guys know this. Well, you probably don't because you've never seen it. I have naturally very curly hair. Like, not these like wavy curls that I have, like curly, like Puerto Rican curly, okay? But you can't tell because my hair is so dead. I have about, seriously, like 7 inches of hair that is just like dead. Like, it doesn't curl, it doesn't do anything. When I like wash my hair and let it air dry, my hair just dries like this. Like, it's really lost its motivation for life, honestly. And I feel bad for it. I know that my hair has the potential to just look gorgeous, but it's like, I put heat on it all the time. And at the same time though, even though I do love my natural hair texture, my curly hair, it is pretty, but there are so many things that I just like, I'm like, oh, I could do this with my hair, I could do that, where I'm like, would I want my natural hair texture to come back for that? I don't know. Because I was considering doing like a balayage, like a blonde balayage. I did that back in 2022. It was like the best balayage I had ever gotten done. It was so gorgeous. And I told the lady, like, what I want you to do is give me like a very light, like ashy blonde, but leave the top dark, like my natural hair color, because I am not the type of person to be going into a salon to get it touched up. I just don't, that's not me. That's not my lot in life. I'm not the type of person to be getting my hair done on a regular basis. It's just not in my DNA. And so she did an amazing job, and I was able to just let the hair grow out naturally, and eventually like all the blonde came out, like, and now here we are over 3 years later, and this is what we got now. All my layers have grown out. My hair is pretty much all one length. All the blonde is gone, and I literally have not touched my hair since that moment, other than, all the styling that I do to it on a normal basis, but I haven't cut it, I haven't dyed it, I've done nothing. So, I just felt like it was time, but now I'm just like, you know what, no, it's not going to happen before my 30th birthday, that's for sure. Another thing I had on my 13 going on 30 list was to get a new tattoo. And, this one I actually considered tampering with, and not, because, like, okay, I've had this dream to get, like, a piece from, like, the top of my shoulder to, like, here, like, where it, like, meets my elbow, like, this whole part. I've been wanting a tiger tattoo, and I've wanted it for years. I've had the photo saved and everything. But it's like every year that goes by, I'm always like, every time I get the itch to do it, it's always like around winter time when it gets really cold and rainy and windy. And I'm like, if I get that, I think I'd want to do it, during a time like spring or summer where I can let it breathe and let it like heal without having to cover it up so much. But I was like, you know what? No, this is going to be the year. I'm going to do this before I turn 30 and blah, blah. No, I'm not. Because once again, that tattoo is probably going to cost me somewhere around, I don't know, $150 probably. So let's tally this up. So far, my hair probably would have cost me $250. My tattoo probably would have cost me $150. So we're a solid $400 in, and that's only 2 things on the list. Now, to be fair, I do think that most other things on the list were considered like free, mostly anyway. I did have on my list like a Treat Yourself Day. If any of you are familiar with Parks and Recreation, you know, Treat Yourself 2011. Like, I love it. I thought, what if I just had like a Treat Yourself Day? You know, that would also cost money. Let's be real. Another like $100 down the drain there. I did have on the list reach 5,000 subscribers. And that was the one thing on my list where I was very much like nervous, I think, to put it on my 13 going on 30 list, because I thought that's the one thing on the list that I cannot control. I cannot control whether or not I reach 5,000 subs, and I don't think that I'm gonna do it. I'm very close to it, but also I'm closer to my birthday than I am to that goal, unless I literally start getting like 50 subscribers every freaking day or something like that. But to me, I don't mind that one as much, because I knew it was kind of like a long shot. I just thought, could I do it? You know, I do have a feeling we might hit it before the end of the year though, which will be so exciting. And real quick, I just want to say, it's not all about numbers. I just thought that it would be like a fun thing to add and stuff like that. And but I would like to just kind of take this moment to say thank you so much to all of you who are, one, watching this video, two, already subscribed to my channel. It means a lot to me. It means a lot that you guys like to listen to me yap, that you guys like to hang out with me, that you guys say that watching my videos feels like you're crocheting with a friend. It feels like we're just hanging out, having girl time, having bestie time, like whatever the case may be. It's a really good feeling for me, so thank you. That one was a little bit silly because I really was like, I can't control whether or not I actually hit 5,000 subs before my birthday. So, you know, that's another thing where it's like, well, I probably wasn't going to hit that. I did have on my list, which this is something I could probably still do. It will cost a little bit of money. But I had try brandy on my list. You know, I've tried many a liqueur in my life. You know, I've tried various wines. I've tried, of course, vodka, my poison of choice. I've tried rum. I've tried whiskey. I've tried all these things. I hate most of them. But I have never tried brandy. And I'm like, my name is Brandy, even though it's not spelled the same. You know, I'm Brandy with an I, and the liqueur is Brandy with a Y. But I'm like, I feel like I should try brandy. You know, a lot of times when older men, usually it's older men because I feel like older men are the people who drink brandy, but whenever they meet me for the first time, like if I'm helping them out at my job or whatever, and they're like, oh, your name is Brandy? That's a nice name. And they'll do one of two things. They will either start singing that, and now they say this to Brandy, you're a fine girl. Like, I'm gonna stop you right there, sir. Back away. Either that, or they'll be like, have you ever tried brandy? You know, oh my god, I actually used to have this old client at one of my old jobs. His name was Mr. Harris. I hope he's still good. I know he had like breathing issues and stuff, and he was very old, but he was like the sweetest old man ever. He would always, oh, and he had like a slight British accent, and it was just funny because like he lived here in California, like where I do, so I always kind of wondered where he was from. But anyway, he would always come in and he's like, oh, thank you so much, Brandy. Although I think I do prefer a scotch or whatever. Like he would always make a joke like, oh, I prefer this over brandy or whatever. And I just thought it was a cute little joke. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. So people either sing me that song or they ask me if I've ever tried brandy. And I'm always like, no, never tried brandy, you know. And it very much does give like old man drink vibes, but hey, maybe I gotta tap into my inner grandpa, because what if I'm missing out? What if brandy is like one of the most fire drinks of all time? I mean, I am one of the most fire people of all time, am I not? A few other things that I think I probably could try to do before my birthday, but it's just like, here's the thing. I've given up on the concept of that I will get these 13 things done before my birthday, because once again, my birthday it's coming. It's practically here. So, you know, even though the 13 going on 30 concept was a cute idea, I am just coming to learn about myself. I'm a very non-committal person. Classic Sagittarius. You know, it's funny because I never really related to the whole like stereotype that people are like, Sagittarius have wanderlust, they don't like to settle down, they're so non-committal, blah blah blah. I've always thought well, that's insulting. I'm like the most loyal person that there is. Like, I get into a relationship and we're married, basically, because like I ain't going anywhere. I'm not the type of person to be like looking for the next best thing. But then somebody pointed out to me, but how many different places have you worked at? And I was like, oh, they got me there. Because when I get bored with a job, or if I'm starting to like not like the vibes or whatever, I'm just like, okay, on to the next one. You know, it's never been something for me where I'm like, oh, this is the end all be all. I have to do my best. I got to move up within this company. Like, no, if I'm not happy here, I'm just like, okay, time to go find something else. And I'm like, I never thought about that in terms of like wanderlust or like, oh, non-committal. I'm very much like that with like things that I don't care that much about. And so even though my 13 going on 30 list, I did care about it. It's not that I like didn't like care whether or not I did these things. I really did. I wanted to do a little list of things to, you know, I wanted to accomplish them before my 30th birthday. I really should have thought about this the second I turned 29. I really should have been planning from then, because, you know, maybe I would have had more time to accomplish these things. Maybe I could have had like the entire year of my 29, my whole 29th year to accomplish these things. But no, I'm always procrastinating. There's always something more important to do. I'm always just putting things off until the very last possible minute. And then it's like, well, now I don't have the time or money to do that, so forget about it. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm heartbroken over this. It's just, I don't know. This is probably the most me thing that I'm just learning that, yeah, I'm just non-committal, I guess. Certainly I'm committed in my relationships and committed to the things that I love, but I'm non-committal when it comes to like things that have to do with just me, I guess, or things that I feel like aren't serving me or whatever. Do you guys get what I'm saying? I feel like I'm over-explaining. Anywho, my voice is getting quite hoarse. But I'm finishing the last of this little granny square. Please let me know in the comments what you guys worked on while we sat and chatted today. I definitely am going to go make myself a little cup of coffee right now. I have peppermint syrup, but here's the thing. I hate peppermint. I actually hate mint in general. People who eat mint ice cream, are y'all good? Because I know it's a very popular flavor, but I'm confused. Why do you want your sweet treat of the day to taste like chocolate toothpaste? I'll never understand it. I mainly keep the peppermint syrup around because my stepdaughter likes it, so I'll make her like a little iced chai latte with peppermint cold foam, and then I put like these little peppermint sprinkles on top. It is very cute. And I will say, peppermint smells good. I like the thought of peppermint. I just don't like the peppermint of it all. You know what I mean? But here we are, the granny square, which does in fact match this. I just like this one better. This one is cute, but it just feels more flat to me. I think that the cream really brings out the other colors in it. What do you guys think? Please let me know. I do think that they're both cute. And if you look closely, I don't know if you can tell, but I did use the Big Twist Twinkle for that blue. So there's some speckles of glitter in there, and it's just, I really like it. I'm going to go make some more of these off camera. I'm going to go make myself a cup of coffee. I cannot wait to start rolling out more of my, oh, here's what I'm crocheting for Christmas type things. More updates. I will get my plushies that I had market prepped and now I'm not going to the market anymore up on my Etsy shop. So because I actually did make a comment in the video where I was saying how I wasn't going to do the market anymore and how I'm probably going to advertise heavily on Instagram, like, oh, these are up in my shop in case anybody wants like a crocheted handmade gift for the holidays. Somebody was like commenting on my YouTube video where I mentioned that, and she was like, yeah, please post them like soon, because, you know, because I said something offhandedly about how, like, you know, it wouldn't make sense for me to advertise to you guys here because you guys know how to crochet. So like, why would you buy a plushie from me? But one person did comment and she was like, well, I do crochet, but I mainly crochet wearables. I would love to buy one of your plushies because they're so cute. And I was like, I literally didn't even think about that. Like, what a closed-minded person I am. So anyways, those things will be up soon. Just many updates and fun things to come for you guys soon. So thank you so much for being here. Like this video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you're not already. I would really like to thank you guys all so much for being here. As always, you are so appreciated. Thank you so much for always leaving your lovely comments, always subscribing, always just being the best. You guys are just the best. Once again, let me know what you crocheted while we were yapping together here today. I know I didn't even talk about that many things, but all things considered, and you know, considering I didn't write down a little list of bullet points that I wanted to cover today, I don't think I stopped yapping for 1 second. So I felt passionate today. I hope everybody has an amazing rest of your day, week, month, night, whatever you're having. Please enjoy yourself, and I will see you all in the next one. Mwah. Bye!